It happened at the very moment I thought I'd finally made him proud. The flash of cameras, the applause, my name echoing through the ballroom, and then his hand. My father's hand hovering over my glass. A pinch of white powder, swift, precise. If I hadn't turned just then, I might have missed it. He smiled when he saw me looking. The kind of smile only fathers give in public. Warm, proud, believable. But I saw what lay beneath it. And in that moment, I knew. The man who raised me had come to destroy me. Back then, I would have died to make him proud. And maybe that was the irony. He must have known that too. He was my hero once. The man who taught me how to ride a bike, how to face bullies, how to think before acting. He'd say it often, that line. Think before you act, Maya. That's what separates us from fools. Maybe that's why I didn't react when I saw him poison my drink. Because I thought first. You see, my father wasn't always cruel. But power changes people. After my mother left, he became colder, sharper, like every word was a blade he honed before speaking. Then he remarried, Lydia, the woman who smiled too much and hugged too tight. And her daughter, Ella, became my half-sister, the perfect golden child. I didn't envy her, not really, until my father started forgetting my name during toasts. It began 2 months before graduation. I noticed him whispering when I entered the room. The safe I was never supposed to touch left slightly open. Documents inside with my signature on them. Except it wasn't my signature. He was moving company funds into an offshore account under my name. If authorities found out, the charges would land on me. My entire future ruined before it began. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just remembered what he used to tell me. Think before you act. So, I did. I spent weeks studying him, his routines, his emails, his habits. He always hid things in plain sight. So I hid my revenge the same way. I copied his passwords, mirrored his files, and rerouted every illegal transfer he made into his personal account. Then I created a backup drive, time-stamped and locked under my fingerprint. Evidence that would ruin him publicly if I chose to release it. But that wasn't enough. Men like him don't fear prison. They fear humiliation. They fear being seen for what they are. And that's when I realized his downfall needed an audience. Graduation night was perfect for it. Every politician, business partner, and friend he owned was there. A sea of champagne and deceit. I wore the silver dress he bought me, the one he said made me look like someone worth investing in. I laughed, I danced, I let him believe I was still his obedient daughter. Then I saw it. His hand, his motion, the powder dissolving into the golden fizz of my champagne. I felt my pulse steady. He thought I didn't see. I waited until Lydia called for a toast. My father raised his glass, eyes locked on me, that same fake warmth, and I smiled back. But instead of drinking, I turned to my sister, sweet, oblivious Ella, his favorite. "Here," I said, offering her my glass, "you should have mine. You've earned it more." The crowd cheered at my kindness. She giggled and drank it all. He froze. I saw it in his eyes, the instant recognition, the panic. He tried to speak, but applause drowned him out. 5 minutes later, Ella collapsed. The room erupted. Lydia screamed. I remember holding my father's gaze across the chaos. I didn't move, didn't speak. He ran to her, shouting for help, and for a moment, I almost pitied him. Almost. The ambulance lights painted the ballroom red and white. People whispered. Rumors bloomed like blood in water. But I stayed silent, playing the part of the shocked sister, the grieving daughter. It wasn't until the next day that police arrived. The toxicology report confirmed traces of the same sedative my father had ordered under his company's name. The same sedative that nearly ended Ella's life. The scandal spread fast. Contracts revoked. Stocks plummeted. And I, his loyal daughter, handed authorities every document, every signature, every hidden account. They called me brave for coming forward. They didn't know how long I'd been planning it. When he was arrested, he didn't look at me. He looked through me. Maybe he saw my mother in my face. Maybe he saw the mistake he'd raised too well. He mouthed one thing as they led him away. "You did this." And I nodded. Ella recovered, eventually. She never suspected a thing. Lydia moved out of the city. And I graduated top of my class. Some nights I still see that moment replay in my mind. His hand, the powder, the shimmer of champagne. How everything he built crumbled because of one gesture he thought I wouldn't see. It's poetic, really. He taught me to think before I act. I just learned to think better. Now, when people raise a toast to success, I always smile, because I know what a single glass can hold.